All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get started with Hunter x Hunter. I am on a warpath today in order to get through this volume, so that way I can go ahead and get my copy of Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, and then we'll be playing that for the rest of the day. Let's begin, shall we? Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here with an early morning reading of Hunter x Hunter today. Reasons being exactly what I said in the intro, but just in case there's anyone here coming in after the intro, I'm doing this earlier than my 12 o'clock time in order for me to partake of Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment later this afternoon, and that will be my dedicated stream going forward. In the last volume of Hunter x Hunter, we saw Chrollo released by Kurapika into the hands of Hisoka, but Hisoka was disappointed to find that Chrollo was unable to use his Nen abilities due to the constraints placed upon him by Kurapika. Time passes, the auction goes on, and then Gon and Killua manage to get accepted into this group of people who are apparently being employed to take on Greed Island by this rich billionaire. And now we are starting the Greed Island arc. So the chapters of Volume 14 will be chapters 128 all the way to 139. And Ravi did warn me that these volumes would get longer and longer. So let's go ahead and get started with chapter 128. Chapter 128, September 10th, part 5. And we have Killua going, "We're being watched. Thanks for waiting."
Killua!
A grassy plain. No sign of a town.
Yeah, but I wonder why. Everyone headed the same way.
Let me guess. This way and that way?
How'd you know?
That's where I feel the eyes from. Vigilance takes mental and physical effort, so even if you take turns, you want to be near a town.
Oh, I see.
The question is, why are they watching us? Well, they can't be any good if they're being this obvious.
That's the same thing the others said. So which way do we go?
On 3. And both Killua and Gon point their fingers in the opposite directions. Okay, rock, paper, scissors.
Show me rock! Let's go!
And now they go in the direct. Sorry, disturbance. Hold on, I forgot to make sure that the stream was up and ready. But Gon says,
Let's go!
And they go in the direction that Gon actually wanted to go in. Sonic! Been waiting for this stream to come again? Oh, yeah, I do this every Thursday, so you don't even need to worry. But it's good to see you, Sonic.
Let's go!
So, what did you get? And Killua takes out his book because the rules of Greed Island are explained that items you find in this world of Greed Island can be turned into cards, but they can only be turned into cards through certain parameters, and you can use said items, but sometimes those items won't be turned into cards, and the main goal of Greed Island, by beating Greed Island, you need to fill up your book full of cards of items and everything you encounter in the game. So that is pretty much the rules of Greed Island. Buck, your save data. How many cards did it contain?
It was only a message.
Not even a hint? So we have to start from scratch.
Yeah, Geen told me to enjoy the game.
It doesn't feel like we're in a game at all. Book. And then Killua just makes his book disappear.
What did you think of the rules?
There are too many unknowns. How do we even get the items? We have to gather information first. For that, we need to find a town.
And then it shows another person. It shows another person going into Greed Island back in the real world. And Sarsgara says Gareta. What's... I forgot his name! But he's standing there while more and more people go into Greed Island. How's this batch of contenders? Not bad. I'll have to keep on my toes. And then Sar looks at his watch, and it says 11:49. And then he has a ring on going, I better get back to the game. I'll lose my memory card data if I don't get back within 10 days. And then it cuts to another location where Shalnark and company are. It cuts back to the Phantom Troops hideout. And Shalnark is paying attention to all this information. And he's looking up stuff. And then he makes his way towards Shizuku and Kortopi.
Shizuku, Kortopi, got a minute?
And then it shows a small shrine with lit candles meant to signify the grave of Pakunoda, who died giving all this information to the rest of the Phantom Troop. So now they basically know everything she knows. A video game?
Yeah, wanna go with me? You don't have anything to do back home anyway.
But you can only save 2 more people.
Actually, it's not to clear the game.
Does it have to do with what we do?
Kind of. Besides, you and I might be safer in there this week.
Okay.
We'll go.
And then we cut back to Gon.
What's wrong?
I hear a sound above us.
And they look up, and something comes careening towards them all of a sudden. Nice to see you too. Which page are you on so I can follow? I am on chapter 128, pages 8 and 9. That's where I am. But something comes careening in out of nowhere, and it's some dude with like kanji tattoos on his shoulders and a dreadlock appearance. And the dude starts looking around, and he has a book in front of him, already open. The plane's by the starting point. You kids new to the game, huh?
Who knows?
That binder must mean you're also a player. He flew.
Was that Nen?
Hey, you think? Don't bother playing dumb. You don't take out your binders when I have mine. And he's holding up a card. It's obvious you're noobs. And his card is card number 1001, Peak. Look at the free slots of one player, one you've met in the game. And he puts his card into his binder. And it says, Casting Peak, please pick a player. And he's going through all the list of people who are there until it goes to Killua and Gon. So, you're Killua and Gon.
What's he doing?
How do you know our names?
Hold on, give me one quick second here. What is with these random numbers leaving me voicemails? I'm looking for Jessica. Sorry, I don't know any Jessica.
I ain't Jessica!
What's he doing?
Also, sorry about that. It was just so weird. The sentences are finally right this time. Good! Nice. You can keep up with me.
What's he doing?
How'd you know our names?
Like I tell ya, they don't even know about the spell cards. Look at Killua's free slots. Yes or no? There are no cards in Killua's free slots. Peak will be destroyed. Hehe, that settles it. They just got here. They're only kids. This is too good to waste on them. And he's looking at a card that is Cling. Let me see. I gotta zoom in because they like to make the words kind of small. Let's see. See the contents of the specified slots of one player at any time. The effect continues until the player something the game or leaves the game. And he takes a card out and it says Trace. See the current location of one player at any time. The effect continues until the player leaves the game. This'll do. Trace on! Attack Killua! And the card goes to move towards Killua. You can't escape spells, idiot! And Killua gets zapped.
Killua, you okay?
Success. One of the most crucial elements in this game is information about other players. Now I'll always know where they go. And then all of a sudden, this same dude just starts to get shivers down his spine. And he starts getting terrified. And he looks over at Killua, who's giving him a massive death stare.
What did you do to me?
Uh-oh. And Killua starts walking towards him. Return on to Masadora! He's not just any kid. And all of a sudden, dude immediately flies backwards into the air, far out of sight of Killua and Gon. And that's the end of chapter 128. Onwards to 129. Chapter 129, and finally a title that doesn't read out date, part 1 through 57. Chapter 129, Antokiba, Town of Prizes.
Next on the news, today was the last day of the York New auction. The multiple terrorist attacks on the night of the 3rd decreased attendance to 60% of the average year. The mayor announced that the terrorists are confirmed dead and tried to assure everyone they were safe, but it wasn't enough to restore customer traffic.
And we're in a different town, but more than likely Antokiba. Chapter 129, Antokiba, Town of Prizes. And then we get back to Killua and Gon.
There it is! A town!
And it's a quaint-looking town. Kind of reminds me of the country towns back in Berlin when I lived in Germany. Berlin was so beautiful. Well, is beautiful. I haven't been there in over almost 20 years, but I imagine it's still very beautiful.
Feel any different?
Nope.
Was that Neng?
No, must be a game ability. He took out a card from his binder and said trace on. It's probably magic that can be cast in the game.
What kind of magic?
Don't know. We'll find out soon enough.
Sorry, I just like to move my faces when I do voices. It helps.
Don't know. We'll find out soon enough. If it's game magic, we'll be able to use it too.
And while they're moving towards the town, they get this big old feeling towards them as we get the welcome sign. Welcome to Antokiba, the town of prizes. And it's just a bustling town.
Wow. There are all kinds of rewards.
There's so many. Lost dog. Reward, the cursed statue of Lady Luck. I can't even tell if that's a good item.
Oh! Look at that!
And Gon goes over to what appears to be like a board. I'm trying to remember the correct way I had Gon's voice.
Because Charlie did this all the time, it can give my voice a little bit annoying.
So I'm going to go back to the voice I did for Gon.
Oh, look at that!
That's better. That's better. It's so much easier for me.
The monthly contest list.
September is rock, paper, scissors.
It might not be September in the game.
Oh, yeah. Excuse me, what day is it?
September 11th.
I guess it's the same.
Yeah. Every month on the 15th, the prize for September is the Sword of Truth.
Is that an item we need?
Maybe. Look over there.
And and Killua looks over and they see more players.
Oh, more of them over there.
More of them over there.
I see 'em.
Everyone has the same idea. Competition will be tough.
It's in 4 days. Want to enter?
Why not? Everyone has a chance to win.
Let's enter lots of contests and stuff until then.
And gather information while we're at it.
And their stomach grumbles because it's time for them to eat.
A meal, information, and prizes. This'll cover it all.
And then it cuts to the chef going, eat in half an hour and use it on us, and it on us. You also get the Gargader card. Begin!
How many people enter the monthly contest?
Talk waste of time. You should stuff mouth. It depends on month. Sometimes it's less than 10. But anyone can win in September, so more than 1,000 come. I enter too. Odds of 1 in 1,000. Ouch.
No, odds of 1 in 1,000. Ouch. By the way, how do you use magic?
Magic? What that?
Don't tell me we gotta ask everyone in town.
Then who's the wisest person around here?
Wisest? What that?
I knew it.
You ate all. Only 10 minutes and 30 minutes. Only 10 minutes and 13 minutes. And then everyone is clapping to this apparently Catman chef. Literally Catman. I go bring the prize.
He didn't know a lot of words.
No, he's a game NPC. A non-player character. He's programmed to only give responses to a limited number of questions. He answers X. What's that? To everything else.
Then what do we do?
We'll have to ask people one by one.
What? All that trouble?
All RPGs are like that.
He's not wrong.
Games take an awful lot of time.
But if they're good, they're worth it. Here you go. 2 Gargaders. Gargaders, one of 3 delicacies of the island. It tastes unbelievably delicate despite its appearance, and is good either grilled or stewed. The eggs are believed to be a key to longevity. Card 1, 11, 12, 17. 1,217.
1217 F185.
What do they mean?
Note cards, Torresario. The left number is item card number. The letter on the right is difficulty rating. There are 10 levels of difficulty, and F is third easiest. The number after that is card conversion limit. So that means...
I thought it would be a weapon. It's crap.
Well, thanks for the meal. Hold on! Pasta free, but you also had 3 soda. 1,020 Jenny, please.
Oh yeah, here. Can you break 10,000?
What that? And Killua is just literally handing him an actual piece of money. And confused at the chef going like, don't know what that is. What that? and then the cat chef holds up a card. Money only used in this form here. That paper worth nothing. And he holds up a card that is literally just 10,000 Jenny. The highest increment banknote on Greed Island. Once reverted, it is the same as normal currency. It must be in card form to use on Greed Island.
Are you serious?
1,020 Jenny in cards. And then both Gon and Killua can't come up with anything because they don't have any money cards. Hello, police.
Wait! Hold on!
And then both Gon and Killua are stuck literally washing dishes. I wonder, I don't think they do that anymore. If you don't have money to pay for your food, either you get arrested or people try to dine and dash. I don't think they do it where it's like, hey, you didn't pay for your food, and you ain't leaving. You come in the back and you wash some dishes. I don't think they do that anymore. Maybe some places do it, but not as prevalent as it used to be in the earlier days.
Even money is in cards? I wonder how you deal with change.
Huh?
If we had paid the bill with the 10,000 Jenny card, we'd get 8,980 and change, right? One 5,000 Jenny, one 2,000 Jenny, one 1,000 Jenny, one 500 Jenny, four 100 Jenny, 150 Jenny, and 310 Jenny. You get at least 12 cards in change.
This is the same dude that says, I can't understand the internet. He did all of that math in his head, exactly how much change he would get back. But this man says, I can't figure out the internet and how it works. Video games look like they take a lot of time. I think this joker playing. He is not stupid. I think he playing.
You get at least 12 cards in change.
Yeah, I guess so.
Cards revert in 1 minute if we don't put them in our binders. We'd have to keep them there if we want to buy anything later.
I see the problem. We only have 45 free slots.
Yeah, won't the free slots fill up pretty quickly at this rate?
True, and there'll be other things we need besides money. We might have to be very selective in what we keep. I don't even know how you earn money in this game.
What about other games?
You get money when you defeat monsters.
Why are monsters carrying around money? Don't ask me!
Hey, keep a-working. And then they do their job, and they leave, and the cat chef bids them goodbye.
We could have earned more money if we kept working.
At 500 and...
You ever get those moments where you want to burp but you're in the middle of speaking and you kind of don't want to?
At 510 Jenny an hour? No way. How can you even consider it after York knew?
Ah! Yikes! Ah! And both Gon and Killua run over to the sound of the screaming.
What's going on?
And both Gon and Killua part through the crowd that's surrounding something. And they are surrounding one of the players that they saw at the monthly contest list. And he is laying there with his entire torso basically just exploded. Like where his stomach is, it is completely it looks like he's been like something exploded in his body.
He was in our group.
He was fine this afternoon.
A tourist. How awful. Hey, what happened? He suddenly exploded from the inside.
It's only been a few hours. We have a victim already. The blood is so real. He really is dead. It doesn't seem like a game at all.
And then this dude, who was just fine, has already been killed, and his body starts shining and glowing. And apparently, I think he's being teleported out of the game.
He's gone.
Back to the real world. Game over.
And even Killua is looking a little bit nervous here.
Killua, that spell the guy cast on you.
I don't know.
Don't worry, there's no spell like this in the game. And then some random dude with stubble, like relatively short hair and stubble, walks up to both Killua and Gon. I'm suspicious of everybody. Don't worry, there's no spell like this in the game. This was the nen of another player.
Players killing each other? But why?
It's a player hunt. You heard about the card conversion limit system. There's a finite number of cards available. The rarer the card, the fewer there are. So the more players there are, the less likely you'll find some cards. Or the fewer players, the better the distribution of cards. Yes, thus these cutthroat radicals. We're the opposite. We fight with numbers and we never shed blood. I'm suspicious. You're already trying to make yourself sound like a good guy. I don't trust you. I got trust issues with people in this series thus far. I got trust issues. We're the opposite. We fight with numbers and we never shed blood. Want to join us? We have a surefire way to clear the game. And that is the end of chapter 129. Onwards to chapter 130. If you were going in Killua, that would look traumatizing to you. Seeing a person that you saw as a regular human dead inside of a video game, I'm pretty sure that would be bothering to basically anyone. You die in the game, you die in real life. Chapter 130, The Reason for the Recruitment. And then we only got several more of these chapters to go. But let's keep going.
A surefire way to clear the game?
Yes. If you're interested, follow me. My fellows are up ahead.
What do you think? Sounds fishy. We've already had a bad experience. It's better not to get in on something that sounds too good. Sorry, but...
I saw you got a spell attack from another player on the way here. And he's saying this to Killua.
Were you watching us?
Yes, my job is to monitor and recruit. Various people keep watch on the starting point for various reasons. I'll tell you why if you come. We'll also tell you about the spell you were attacked with. I really don't trust this guy. We were watching you the whole time. We also know what magic was used on you. But we're not going to tell you until you come to us. We can't explain it to you here in the open. But we need you to come back with us in order for me to tell you everything. I don't trust people! We'll also tell you about the spell you were attacked with. You can decide to join us after you hear our pitch. What do you say?
Rather generous, aren't you? There has to be a catch.
We have no choice. It makes sense to offer information so you'd appreciate our need for more people. Only when you realize how difficult, brutal, and foul this game is will you want to join us. You're new. I think you'd find it worthwhile to at least hear what we have to say. And then Killua goes,
Why do you think we're new? We did come out from the starting point, but we could have come back after leaving the game. Is it because we're kids?
I could ask you to come with me first, but fine, I'll tell you. And then he goes, book, and a book appears in front of his hands, and Gon immediately gets defensive. And both Gon and Killua get defensive, and they get a distance away from the guy, and they're just waiting. This is a dead giveaway. When someone takes his binder out, you take out your own. It's what you do when you get used to the game. You tensed up when I got my binder out. That's because you've been burned once already with a spell card, but you did nothing. You simply didn't know how else to react. Only spells can defend against spells. That's an important rule of the game. Take your binder out even if you don't have any cards. Bluffing is an important part of strategy. Book. And then his book disappears.
Oh!
You want to hear us out? We'll meet in that plaza there.
Killua, let's go! It's better to know. And I'm worried about that spell. If it's out in the open.
And then they make their way to a very massive amphitheater. And they see many people here, some of which look kind of familiar, including the one girl with the pigtails and a big old poofy dress, and one dude that may be a bit familiar from the hiring process.
Others were invited too.
Is that everyone? What about those two guys?
They wouldn't even listen.
I see. Let's get started. A player was just killed back there. He arrived the same time you all did. These two saw him. It was the bomber's work.
It was a muscular guy with black hair. He was the first guy picked at the selection.
Oh, that guy. Let's go over what you're most worried about. His death wasn't due to a spell. There are no spells in the game that harm people. The spells cast on you won't hurt or kill you.
So it wasn't just me.
There are 40 spells in all. Attacks, defenses, transportation. The spells cast on you were probes, either trace or cling. Put simply, information will be taken from you. What your current location is, what cards you currently have. And then it shows all these different people's faces as they're listening. Such information constantly leaking out is a distinct disadvantage in this game. You're behind already with these spells hanging over you. Some people keep an eye on the starting point and cast spells on new players. If you can get your hands on a valuable card later on, they will come to take it from you. At worst, they'll kill you. Like that guy back there? They can't easily kill me. They can't kill me so easily. No, he was killed by someone else. By the radical type of player who hunts and kills as many players as he can just to cull the competition. Others like him are also watching the planes. They pick a target, follow them, and kill them, without even being seen. There are at least 4 of them that we know of, based on their MOs. Sorry, I had to say that right. The guy we call the Bomber killed this most recent victim. We believe he's either an emitter or a manipulator. In other words, we know hardly anything. It's been more than a decade since the game came out. The situation is getting worse. 3 things. 3 ways. There are mainly 3 ways you get item cards in this game. And it's another person speaking. 3 ways. There are mainly 3 ways you get item cards in this game.
Can you tell
what they are?
Find them yourself.
Yes, that's 1. Trade with other players. Yes, that's 2.
And 3, take from other players.
Yes, you guys are sharp. There are more specifics, but these are the categories. There's been a sharp increase in the number of players using the 3rd way. People who stop trading and looking for cards on their own. The reason is acquisition difficulty and a card conversion limit. You can get an item, but it's maxed out and can't be converted, or it's too difficult to get, so you can never get it on your own. There was a sort of stalemate for a few years, but now it's past the tipping point. More and more people are taking from others. These are violent means. They threaten and batter people until they take out their binders, and they kill those who refuse. The ring and cards will be destroyed if someone dies. They won't get those cards, but more items will be available to be converted.
Huh? I got the part about them forcing them to take out their binders. Say, 3 people have 1 card each of an item whose conversion limit is 3. This item is maxed out, so even if someone else finds one, it can't be converted. But if you kill one of the holders, his binder will be destroyed, so someone else will get a chance to convert that item.
If you kill someone, you can't get his cards. This rule was meant to prevent players from killing each other. I don't know why I'm yawning. But as things got more desperate, people started to think killing someone and simply increasing the supply of a single item is desirable. We've entered the endgame. And then the dude that was, trying to get going and Killer to follow them just goes, "We'll put an end to this. We're enlisting people to strategically conquer this game. We need your help." And then the one slightly sleazy looking guy, I'm not going to say he's sleazy, but I'm saying the sleazy looking guy that was there with Going and Killer was saying like, you know what? Those who get up first and those who are in the middle, the ones who are up first are the ones who are going to get accepted. But everyone else in between and everyone else in between is going to make it, and those who stay behind are also going to make it. But he goes, how? There are 3 ways to get cards. 1, find it yourself. 2, trade it. And 3, taken. Do I need to ask which you use? And the guy who's trying to promote this whole group is silent. And he goes, 3. 3. Taking the cards is the surefire way to go. Technically, you use all 3, but the 3rd is the most crucial. So, you use force like everyone else? No. At least, we won't use violence. It's just that our actions fall under that category. Then how do you take cards? I'm about to explain. Spells. And then the one dark-skinned dude goes, "You take cards using spells, right? You've been here before?" No, but it's easy to figure out. Correct. We collect cards with spells. Nah. And then the dude with the big old underbite is, upset that his way of thinking was kind of wrong in this one moment. There are offensive and defensive spells. Spells that take cards and spells that block those spells. Our plan is to monopolize these spell cards. This prevents people from defending against you. Then you use attack spells to take the cards you need from their specified slots. Exactly. We use the accursed conversion limit to our advantage. Going and Kilowatt just watching on without saying a word. The number of cards we need for a monopoly is about 1,900 spell cards. We need 45 people to store them in their free slots, and others like me who monitor, recruit, and collect cards. A group of 70 would be ideal. We currently have 53 people, and we have about 800 spell cards. We currently have 67 unique specified slot cards. We have 70% of total cards with all our cards combined. We began 5 years ago. It seemed hopeless, but the number of members and cards have doubled in the past few months. Having 70 members and 1,900 cards is only our ideal estimate. It depends on the cards we get, but the plan is to go on the offensive when we reach 1,300 cards. This'll be the last time we'll recruit 4 more members. Once the ball starts rolling, 1 month will be what it takes to collect all the cards. And then the head dude goes, "What do you say? Will you join us or not?" And that's the end of the chapter. This whole chapter has just been dedicated to this whole sales pitch for this whole group. Chapter 131, The Answer. I am so glad we're past the chapters that start with dates and days. I'm so glad. I missed chapters that actually had unique names. I'm so happy we're past that. Chapter 131, The Answer. End this game of slaughter with us. I guarantee you there's no other way. All the players we met say they can't hang on to cards for long before they get taken. That's because fighting over cards is the premise of this game. With our plan, members store the cards we collect and hide in a safe place. We decrease our risks and guarantee we increase our collection. Well, yes or no? And then Big Chin, whose name I forget, goes, "What about the payoff? You haven't brought that up yet. How do we split it up after we clear the game?"
I'll tell you. You were all hired by Mr. Battera.
So you can count on that.
Yes, there's no other reason why more than 20 people would join the game at once. So were we. Mr. Battera hired all of us too.
So the payoff is 50 billion. We split it all among us fairly. That's $1 billion. That's $1 billion. If you were to put that into US money, the payoff is $50 billion. We split it amongst ourselves. Everyone else gets $1 billion. And if not that, just a little under that. That's a lot. That's a lot of money. You can live off that for a long time.
Mr. Battera hired all of us too.
So the payoff is 50 billion. We split it all among us fairly. Just to be upfront so we don't argue later, each of you will probably get around 200 million. Yep. I had a feeling. If this was converted into US money, you could live off of 200 million for a while. If you're wise. We split 20 billion between the 10 of us founders. The rest will be distributed according to the length of your membership and your job's degree of risk. We're in the final stage of recruiting. The recruiters will switch to collecting cards. Things will start to move much faster. We'll get the 500 spell cards we need for our goal in at most 2 months. In other words, we clear the game in 3 months. 3 months. If you'll join us, we'll undo the spells that were cast upon you. You can only undo them by leaving the game. To do that, you need to fulfill some conditions. but you know it's hard enough that most players have been stuck in the game for years. Then they're silent and someone says, I'm in. And it's the sleazy dude with business suit who doesn't know how to keep his shirt buttoned up. He's there. Got you, my bro. We are here early with Hunter x Hunter, so I can get through it, so that way I can go pick up my copy of Hyrule Warriors, and that'll be the session we have for pretty much the rest of the day. And I'll be playing that again tomorrow, and then I'll be playing it again on Saturday until I roll credits. I can't wait to play it. But it's good to see you, bro. I hope your day has been good. We're getting so much closer to 6K subscribers! It's amazing. But Sleazy Dude just goes, also, we're on chapter 131 of Hunter x Hunter. When I got the rundown of the game, I knew it would take years to clear this alone, or even in terms of 2 or 3. It sucks that the 50 billion payoff goes down to 200 million, but at least we'll be done in 3 months. What about you? And then he's talking to the brother. I have a question. What if I find a valuable item, say a rank SS item card? Will I get a bigger share? Yes, we're offering 500 million for SS cards. All right, I'll join you. What will you do? And the whole group looks at Killua and Gon. You got something you showed in chat? Hold on, let me see. What did you get?
Ah! You got it already! You got it already!
Okay, alright. Okay. You go ahead and enjoy Hyrule Warriors before I get to get it. Okay. But the leaders look at both Gon and Killua. What will you do?
Sorry, Killua. Huh? About what?
And then Gon, with her determined face, just goes,
I'll pass. I want to play on my own.
and then he just starts walking away.
Well, he's the boss. I'll pass too.
Oh, you laughing? Oh, you laughing? Oh, you laughing? Oh, you laughing? Okay. I see you. I got your number. And then, but Killua laughs and goes,
He's the boss. I'll pass too.
and while they're walking away, the leaders just huff. And then the other guy with the weird coconut type head, he looks at the girl with the pigtails and goes, what about you? And she doesn't say anything.
Hey, Gon! Hey, talk to me!
And then Gon walks, still walking, and then he goes,
I couldn't sit there anymore. Sorry, Killua. I don't get why you're sorry. Well, now you'll be stuck with that spell. Oh, that. No prob, it's not poison. But why were you mad? Huh? Well, they kept saying horrible things about Gein's game. How it's a game of slaughter. Oh. I decided to enjoy the game like Gein told me. When I got here, I figured it wouldn't be easy, but I wasn't afraid. I thought everyone playing the game would genuinely enjoy it. People do die, but the scariest thing isn't the game. It's the player's willingness to take cards by hurting others. I think there are cases where it's alright. Killua, do you mean that? This is a game for hunters, right? But no killing. I agree with you on that point. But what if 2 players each put forth a card, and the one who wins a battle with defined rules gets to keep both? Oh, that works. See? That also falls under taking, but it's not strong-arming. The guy who cast a spell on me was just playing the game. Once you know, casting spells on people is totally legit. Making a huge alliance was also a natural development of the game, though it's a bit chicken. We'll leave him. Let's enjoy the game by ourselves.
and then Gon just starts smiling.
Yeah. Killua? Thanks.
And then Killua's eyes just go light, and he's all like, huh?
I'm glad I could be here with you. No, that's not all. I'm really glad I met you. Stop that. Why? I really think so.
Gon, I'm the one. I'm glad I have you as a friend.
And then they just continue on. And then while they're walking, the little girl, the girl with the pigtails, she's looking at Gon and Killua walking away.
So that was why. Little boys are so innocent, and it's so fun to ruin their friendships.
And she says this as her speech bubble is literally a flame, like a flickering flame. But now we cut to a different location, and we get the leaders of this card collection coalition, and they go, "One of our members will be here in 2 minutes. You'll have to temporarily exit the game. When you get back, wait by the starting point. We'll go get you. Hand over any cards at your free slots if you have any. Why? The data in your free slots doesn't get saved. If you leave the game, you'll lose those cards forever. The specified slot data gets automatically saved, but that will also be destroyed if you don't get back within 10 days. If you're not back in half an hour, we'll assume you quit, alright?" And then both the brother and the underbite dude, they both say, "Okay." And then someone looks like they're flying in as one of their members goes, "Here he comes." And he lands in front of them, book open. We don't know. This sounds too much like the other voices I've done.
We don't know who could be watching. Let's get started. We'll be using the leave spell. It's actually pretty rare.
Leave sends one player off the island, i.e., one player out of the game.
What's the spell you got there? Magnetic force. It sends you to another player's location. There's one called Return, which sends you to a town where you've been before, but it only goes to the town entrance, so you're risking an ambush. Magnetic force allows you to pick a place. Other questions?
No.
Then here we go. Leave on. Puhat.
Ah, Pahat. Pahat, that's his name. Poohat. Why did I say it like that? Why did I say it like that?
Puhat.
And then Pahat leaves.
Kantar got 8 people.
Really? Really? That makes 63.
Some others won't be as happy. The people who joined recently will cut into their share.
We warned them first that we want at least 60 people. Well, they probably won't complain outright, but they're grumbling when we're not looking. After all, this is a lot of money. We may need to reconsider the share for the 10 of us.
That would only backfire. They'll make more demands. Then what are we gonna do? Cut it out.
They might hear you.
See, I knew it! You can't trust anybody!
You can't trust anybody except Killua and Gon. Those are the only... Killua, Gon, Leorio, and Karapika. Those are the only people you can trust! Already doing some shady nonsense.
Show me rock! John Ken Bone! I lost again! Why do I keep losing? There's a trick to it. A fisherman who came to Whale Island taught me. You'll be able to do it too with your eyes. Eyes?
Listen, Gon. The trick is to prime by saying, "Show me rock," and pay close attention to the hands. The other guy will raise his fists, and the moment they swing it down, the hands will already be taking shape. Maybe not all the way, but if it's not rock, the hand will start to open. If it's closed, or if you see the hand, counter with a stronger move. Otherwise, use scissors and you'll never lose. The opening prime Show Me Rock gets him to present his fist so it's easier to see. A guy with sharp eyes will be able to win 90% of the time. And Killua is upset that Gon is using something that he should probably be good at because he has such good eyes. And he's been losing the whole time.
That time, you cheated all those times? Shh, they'll hear you. It sounds simple, but you need talent and practice. Leorio couldn't do it. You're still cheating. Are you against it? Are you against using it? No. See? Call it an eye for the win. The sword of truth is ours!
And that's the end of chapter 131. Onwards to chapter 132. Seven more chapters after this one, and then we'll be done with the volume. And then I am going to get my game. Oh. Miss what happened because you had to do something? It's all good. You'll be able to roll it back a little bit later on. Chapter 132. The 40 spells. And we have many people all standing around each other, including the two dudes that went out, Pahat and the dark-skinned brother. And then someone comes flying in front of him. And it's the guy that had all the magnetic force and the leave cards.
Everyone's here? I'll take you to our hideout.
Accompany, and he has an accompany card. Send everyone within a 20-meter radius, including the spellcaster, to a town of your choice, one you've been to before, or to another player, one you've met in the game.
Accompany, on. Kosoftro.
And everyone in that 20-meter radius just gets, flown to that one exact location.
Welcome to our hideout, new members. You'll still have to walk quite a bit from here.
And this is one dude with super buck teeth.
My name is Kosoftro. Don't forget, you'll use my name to get back to the hideout with a spell.
They jumped to a player, not directly to the hideout, to keep it secret. They're being careful.
The 10 of you will be getting spell cards. We'll explain the spell system, and then you'll go someplace else right away.
It will be to Macedora, the city of magic. That's the only place you can buy spell cards. One pack of 3 cards costs 10,000 Jenny. You can't tell what cards you get until you open it. Obviously, the higher the card's rank, the rarer it is. Just like trading cards. That's right. Collect all 40 spell cards and you can trade them in for a rank SS specified slot card called Angel's Breath. It's a really rare card that nobody owns.
How do you know?
There's a way to check. With a spell card called List, it tells you the current conversion number of one card as well as the number of people who have it. There are 0 owners of Angel's Breath. It's likely nobody's even seen the card since the game began. The reason is, spell cards are extremely useful. You try to collect all 40, but you keep using them. But we did it. We collected all 40 spell cards. We'd like to exchange them for Angel's Breath right away, but there's one more card we need as a spare. This spell card is called Fortress. It'll be your top priority. There, you can see the hideout now.
Oh, and the hideout is within a cave. And they enter into it and it's dark. There are long and short range spells. Close range is within a 20-meter radius and long range works anywhere on the island. This 20-meter radius is an important boundary. Start learning on your own to estimate this distance within 5 centimeters. You'll need to master it before you head out. This distance is also determined is also used to determine. I want to sound like the vampire from Dungeon Soup. Is that holy water? I'm sorry, Dungeon Soup is so good, but this distance is also used to determine encounters between players. For example, if you pass someone else on the street when he comes within a 20-meter circle around you, even if you don't notice each other, it'll count as having met. You'll be able to cast spells on each other from then on. If you get attacked, if you have your binder opened and you have a defensive spell, the attack spell will wait 15 seconds while you decide whether to use your spell or not.
As long as you're paying attention, you won't get a surprise attack. Keep that in mind and look this over.
And then everyone gets gets pamphlets? Everyone just gets pamphlets? I didn't know that there was a pamphlet card in Green Island.
This information is crucial to our plan. Sorry about that. Back to it. As long as you're paying attention, you won't get a surprise attack. Keep that in mind and look this over.
And they hands out pamphlets to basically everybody.
This information is crucial to our plan. Memorize it in an hour.
Bro, it's just a whole panel with nothing but rules! Or what the... Oh, wait a minute. No, it's not even rules. It's literally just a list of all of the cards they have. I have never in my life seen entire pages in a manga where it's just nothing but words. Not even the description of Kenji Akari's curse technique in Jujutsu Kaisen look like this. So going in order from this long list is card 1001 card. Peek. Look at the free slots of one player, one you've met in game. Long range normal spell G-200. This is going to be a bit. Chapter 1 not chapter. Card 1002. Fluoroscopy. Look at the fluoroscopy. What? How do you say this word? I don't know how to say it. Fluoroscopy. I'm just gonna say it like that. Look at the specified slot of the one player, one you've met in game. Long range normal spell F200. 1003, defensive wall. Block one attack spell cast on you by another player. Defensive counters attack spells G400. 1004, reflect. Reflect an attack spell at another player cast on you back on the caster. E120. 1005, magnetic force. Send yourself to another player's location when you've met in the game. C50. 1006, pickpocket. Take one card at random from another player's free slots. F170. 1007, thief. Take one card at random from another player's specified slots. C50. 1008, trade. Swap a random... Words today. My apologies. Swap a random card of yours for a random card from another player's binder. E100. 1009, return. Send yourself to a town of your choice that you've been to before. G380. 1010, clone. Transform one of your cards into another card you already have of your choice. If the target card is maxed out, the effect will be cancelled and this card will be destroyed. A20. 1011, mimic. Transform this card into a copy of a random card in another player's specified slots. If there are no cards in the specified slots, or if the target card is maxed out, the effect will be cancelled and the card will be destroyed. D70. 1012, relegate. Send one player to a random location on the island. Definitely don't want to use that one. F140. 1013, origin. Send one player to the starting point. D65. 1014, leave. Send one player off the island. B30. 1015, clairvoyance. Look at all the contents of another player's binder. D70. You would think that would be ranked a little bit higher with the ability to look at all of the contents of another player's binder. You would think it'd be ranked a little bit higher on the list, you know? 1016, drift. Send yourself to a town you haven't been to before. If you've been to every town already, this effect will be cancelled and this card will be destroyed. So pretty much only useful to people who are relatively new to the game or haven't fully explored it. F200. 1017, collision. Send yourself to the location of a player you haven't met before. If there are no players you haven't met, the effect will be cancelled and this card will be destroyed. Normal, F200. 1018, levy. Take one card at random from each player within a 20-meter radius of you. B25. I can understand why that one's B, but the clairvoyance one being a D1, I figured that would be way more useful. Way more useful than Clairvoyance in Skyrim, that's for sure. 1019, Drawbridge. Lock one close range normal spell cast on you by a. What is it? Oh, block. My mouse was literally in front of the B. Block one close range normal spell cast on you by another player. F200 as well. 1020, Fake. Transform this card into one of the cards between numbers 001 and 99. The transform card can be placed in its specified slot, but it won't be counted towards game completion or towards the conversion limit, and it cannot be reverted into an item. C40. The list keeps going. Good lord, how long is this list? Okay, it's only these. I went over to the next one just to see if it kept going, but no, it's just this one left. 1021, Mug. Take one card of your choice from another player's binder, B30. Corruption. This is a long one. Please prepare. 1022, Corruption. Transform a rank B or higher card of your choice from one player's binder to a rank D or lower card of your choice. If there are no cards higher than rank B in the binder, or if the target card is maxed out, the effect will be canceled and this card will be destroyed. If the wrong card is in a specified slot as a result, it will be destroyed. C40. 1023, Compromise. Destroy a rank A or higher card of your choice from the one player's binder. The player will get a card of his choice. His choice three ranks below. 3 ranks below. The player will get a card of his choice 3 ranks below the original card. If there are no cards higher than rank A, the spell will be returned to you as a card. If the card selected by the other player is maxed out, he won't get the card. B25. I can understand that one being B rank. 1024, Dispel. Revert all cards in the binder of one player that has been transformed by fake, mimic, or clone to their original cards. All cards in the wrong specified slot as a result will be destroyed. Fake, mimic, and clone cannot be used on Dispel. D80. I don't know, I feel like that one should be a little bit higher than 80. Still, maybe C rank, but not D, though. 1025, Blackout Curtain. Block the next peak or fluoroscopy cast on you. I'm not going to attempt to say that and pronounce that correctly. I don't care anymore. Cast on you by another player. If a second blackout curtain is used while one is already in effect, it will not count. F200. 1026. Holy Water. Holy Water! Block the next 10 attack spells cast on you by other players. If a second Holy Water is used while one is already in effect, it will not count. This card cannot be taken or destroyed by spells. A20. That one I can really understand being A rank. 1027. Trace. See the current location of one player at any time. The effect continues until the player leaves the game. I'm going to tell you right now, they said memorize all this in an hour. I'm not going to remember any of this in 15 minutes. I'm already forgetting what the exact, no, I remember now. The very first card that we looked through was Peak. But everything in between, I've already forgotten. I would suck at this game. Having to remember everything in the descriptions and their item numbers and their ranks and their conversion limits and everything. Get out of here. Get out of here. I ain't doing it. If Hunter x Hunter actually has a real game, if Hunter x Hunter ever gets in a real game and they do Greed Island, I would be so bad at this. Let me see. Trace. See the current location of one player at any time. The effect continues until the player leaves the game. E90. 1028. Rock Toss. Destroy one card at random in another player's free slots. If there are no cards in his free slots, this card will be destroyed. E100. 1029. Bullet. Destroy one card at random in another player's specified slot. If there are no cards in the specified slots, this card will be destroyed. B25. 1030. Guidepost. We're almost done with just literally one page. There's still one more full page, and then we're getting back to normal people talking. If we call it normal. 1030. Guidepost. See the location of a numbered item of your choice, except number 0. E120. 1031. Analysis. Read the text for a numbered item card of your choice, except number 0. G400. 1032. Lottery. Transform this card into a random item card. G350. 1033. Cling. See the contents of the specified slots of one player at any time. This effect continues until the player leaves the game. C50. 1034. Purify. Return a card transformed by an attack spell to its original form. If the restore card is maxed out, it reverts into the item and can never be converted into a card again. If it's a spell card, it will be destroyed unless the spell can be used immediately. D55. 1035. Fortress. Protect all cards in the slots of one binder page against theft or destruction by spells as long as they remain in their slots. The page cannot be a free slot page. S10. This is our first S10. Our S rank card. First one that we've come across. 1036. Eye of God. Maintain the effect of analysis and list for all cards between 1 and 99 at all times until you leave the game. Long range, continuous, S10 as well. Okay, I'm liking the names and liking the tiers of all these cards. Okay. 1037. Recycle. Reconvert an item that was previously reverted from a card. Only effective for cards lower than rank C. If the target card is maxed out, the effect will be cancelled and this card will be destroyed. F170. 1038. List. For one item of your choice, find out the number currently converted into cards as well as the number of people who have one. G350. Accompany. 1039. Send everyone within a 20-meter radius, including the spellcaster, to a town of your choice, one you've been to before, or to another player, one you've met in-game. Normal, F130. And that's the spell that we just saw, the close range one, where they all got teleported to the members of the card-collecting coalition. And lastly, 1040, Contact. Talk to one other player, one you've met before in the game, through the binder for a maximum of 3 minutes. Only the player who initiated the contact can break it off. Normal, F200. So, everyone tell me what card 1025 was. Don't worry, I don't know it either. I know you don't. Don't even bother trying to look it up. None of you can answer. And this joker wants us to remember this in an hour? We would fail! Greed Island! I'm just saying. My memory's good, but not like, I need you to remember every single description. And it's crazy, because I can remember what weapons and stuff is good. I can remember the alchemy loop of Skyrim. I can remember what weapons do what in Borderlands. I can remember this and that, but when it comes to stuff like this, written out like this, no visual cues? Nah, I'm good. And then we get a Pahat going, this is very useful. There are more defensive there are more defensive spell cards total than attack spell cards, so they're easier to get. But even the most valuable cards are vulnerable against any attack. A monopoly of defensive spells will make it easier for us. The sheets will be collected and destroyed in 1 hour. If you fail to memorize it all, you'll be assigned as a golfer. Well, what we need the most right now is number 1035, Fortress. Fortress protects a page of 9 specified slot cards from spells. What if... And then one person goes, what if other players are using Fortress too? We can't use spells against them. Maybe there are individuals like that, but it's not being used systemically to protect certain cards. We've already checked with the list. And then dark-skinned brother just hands the list back right now and goes, what's up? I've memorized them. Oh? Me too. And this is Pahat saying this. Alright, then name all defensive spells we monopolize and tell me the total conversion limits of those cards. And then dark-skinned brother goes over to him and whispers it in his ear and he goes, correct. You pace. And then Pat goes, I could take a more difficult question. Oh? Then name all spell cards that can only be destroyed by compromise, and name all spell cards that can be gained in exchange. Okay, Fahad is us. He's us, because he goes, I don't know that. And he gets nervous, and he whispers it into this guy's ear, and he goes, wrong. Holy water can't be destroyed. Ah, dang it. Learn it over. And then dark-skinned brother being as smooth as he want to be smooth, just walks away knowing that he just beat Pahat at this game. See, Pahat is us, though. None of y'all have memorized what I just said with all these cards. None of you. I haven't even memorized it. I wonder if there's someone out there in the world who took the time to memorize all this stuff because of this chapter. Goodness, time passes. And we get back to Gon and Killua, and they're apparently having a rock, paper, scissors battle. Show me rock!
John, Ken, Bon!
We have a winner! Congratulations, Killua!
Aw, his left hand.
Yes!
I never thought you suddenly use both hands in the finals. The old switcheroo. My secret weapon against Gon.
And he's all like, yeah, I beat Gon! Congratulations! Here's your prize, the Sword of Truth. Sword of Truth. Splits into anything and anyone deceitful. That says splits, right? Am I looking at that right? Yeah, Sword of Truth. B-22, card number 83. Splits into anything and anyone deceitful. In trials, it's a criminal's worst nightmare. The sword will shatter when used to cut something true, but will regenerate stored in its scabbard in 1 day.
Gon, look! Number 83. He goes in a specified slot. Our first one! All right!
And that's the end of chapter 132. Sorry about that one being a little bit long. Let's keep it going, because we are getting there. We're getting there. We're almost there. Chapter 133, How to Defend Yourself Without Spells. And we cut back to Killua and Gon, because now they have the Sword of Truth.
The problem is how to protect this card. There seems to be spells that take cards and spells that block attacks, but we have none of them. A lot of people saw us get this card. We're perfect targets. Several people have already followed us from the arena. Yeah.
They're being followed by players. Some of them are hiding out in the open, hoping that they won't get noticed. Others are hiding behind buildings, keeping an eye on them.
I wish everyone were that easy to spot. We can't let our guard down. No matter how weak they may be, we're defenseless against spells. Not necessarily. Huh? I can imagine what kind of spells there would be. Really? You're the gaming master. We might be able to defend without defensive spells. I don't play any more than the average kid. How? Say, a spell takes a card from the target specified slots. Then you could... Oh, you're so smart. The guys in the big alliance mentioned a spell like that. So it's possible to think of creative ways. Oh, what if you... Hey, we could do that. That's definitely their assumption. We could also even... Oh, good one.
And mind you, they're having this conversation, and the people who are trying to hunt them for their cards are all like, what do I do? I feel kind of guilty taking a card from a kid, and one who's so excited about it. But I have my livelihood to think about. My wife is waiting for me to bring home the bacon. I'm more in need. How did my life turn out this way? I've spent years inside the game, got a job, and even got married. No, don't think about it now. This is about the card. The prizes for odd months in the monthly contest are specified slot items. Sell it, and it's worth at least 10 million in the game. This dude has been in this game so long, he literally got married and has a wife in the game. Sell it, and it's worth at least 10 million in the game. Sell it at the town trade shop, and I can deposit the money if I can't fit it in my binder. With 10 million, I won't ever have to worry about money in Greed Island ever again. I almost got myself killed getting the Macedora. Lined up all night at the shop and finally brought 5 packs of 15 spell cards. When I ended up with a total of 6 lists, one pack all actually contained 2. I gave up trying to clear the game. But I also ended up with Thief, a rare card. I saved it for a crucial moment and kept wasting my opportunity. If I don't use it now, when? And Thief is the one that we went over, where it's take one card at random from another player's specified slots. And since Gon and Killua have the Sword of Truth and it's the only one they have, he wants to take that one. Now it seems like fate that I use list to look up the prizes for the monthly contest. I noticed that they only 10 people to have the Sword of Truth, since it only comes up for grabs once a year. This was all leading up to my use of this spell. Forget Mercy, Motorike. Even if I don't take his card, someone else will. If I don't get a move on, they'll beat me to it. Go! And he goes to make his way over to try and take the card from Gon and Killua. I like doing the voice for this guy. I hope you guys don't mind. Hold it right there, kids.
Oh no! Someone beat me to it.
And both Gon and Killua are staring at this dude. Motorike? Hand over that Sword of Truth. If you do as I say, you won't get hurt. And mind you, he's sweating bullets. His heart is pumping. This is way too much excitement for him. He needs to sit down.
Go away, moron.
Yeah. Brat, just because I was being nice, it might have changed my mind if they had acted even a little scared. That does it. Stop! And then he takes his book out. And both Gon and Killua go,
Buck!
Hey, you're bluffing. I know you're new to the game. There's no way you have any spells or other specified slot cards. Thief, on! Attack Killua! Take his Sword of Truth! And then he's holding his card, and then his Thief card, which I think he only had one of, it disappears. Huh?
There are no cards in Killua's specified slots. Thief will be destroyed.
What? What's going on?
Just because it's a specified slot card doesn't mean I put it in there.
Yeah, he had it in his free slots?
Good thing I watched. If it's in his free slots, all the better.
And another dude is just running up trying to take on Gon and Killua. And it's this dude with pointy buck teeth in the front. And he has Pickpocket. Take one card at random from another player's free slots.
I already know you've gotten 15 items besides the Swords of Truth in the past few days. One someone's autograph, one antique clock, one Unmaneki Neko, and 12 Gargators. Well, we knew we were being followed. Any of them would probably be a good deal compared to a rank F spell card. Gargator is rank F, but it's worth a lot. Pickpocket on! Attack Killua!
And then his card disappears.
What? He has no cards in his free slots either! Just because I won the card doesn't mean I put it in my binder.
And then Gon is smiling.
Yeah, well, I have more pickpockets. Pickpocket on! Attack Gon!
And he uses it on Gon, and he takes a card.
It worked. Now what did I get? Now what card did I get? Huh?
And the card he took was card 21,449. Rock. A rock. The grade so low, it is H infinity. It doesn't even have a conversion limit on it. It is literally an unlimited conversion because it's a worthless item. Rock. An ordinary rock found anywhere. It could cause some damage if thrown hard enough.
Just a rock? What the heck?
Oh, that's the rock I found.
Oh yeah, you kept picking it up. You kept picking up random stuff. They don't even have any spell cards. Yet they knew to shuffle guard and full slot guard.
Putting a specified slot card into a free slot or swapping cards between friends to confuse enemies. And filling the free slots with useless cards to decrease the chances of a good card getting stolen by pickpocket or trade.
I have one more pickpocket, but his free slots are likely filled with similar junk. My chances of ending up with a card I want are down to 33%. It's not worth taking the chance.
Got nothing to do. Step aside. And then another individual, a hefty dude with a turtleneck, and what appears to be the shaggiest looking sideburns I've ever seen with thick eyebrows. He just rolls up with his hands on like, "Ooh, I come to take your card." It was your fault you weren't thorough enough in researching the binders, whereas I use clairvoyance to find out Killua's binder doesn't contain the Sword of Truth. And I use Peek to confirm it's in Goon's free slots. Give it a try.
Okay.
In that case, this card will get it for sure. Mug! Mug. Take one card of your choice from another player's binder. Mug on attack, and then all of a sudden his mud card is gone. And Gon basically just yoinked the card out of this guy's hands.
Out of practice, don't you think? You couldn't even follow me with your eyes. Here.
And then he tosses his card. He tosses this guy's mug card right back to him.
I'll take it for real next time. You're an amateur, right? That guy's a pro hunter. You've depended on spells for so long, you've gotten out of shape. He'll snatch the card from you before you finish casting. You need to be within 20 meters to use attack spells, right? Let's go,
says Gon. And then Gon and Killua just stare at this guy. Those tactics won't last for long. There are plenty of players much better than you, and most of them are stuck here, unable to leave the game.
Like he said, we won't be able to snatch the card away while they're casting it unless we're much better. We'll have to have spell cards for defense. Yeah, if we get accosted by pros, we'll be helpless.
And then more people walk up to Gon and Killua. You're smart, kid. Did you think only amateurs would come after your card? You can't run. Let's decide the order to cast spells.
These are the real finals, kid.
Jankenpon! And they are literally using rock, paper, scissors to decide who's going to be using their cards first against Killua and Gon. Only idiots actually enter the contest.
They make me so mad! Forget it. They're pros. At least they don't use brute force. It's time to go to Masadora, the town of magic. Agreed!
And that's the end of chapter 133. Onwards to chapter 134. We're getting there. Chapter 134, The Island Secret. And we go to what looks to be like a card library. Hey, welcome.
We want to sell 4 Gargators.
I almost bit the side of my tongue there for a moment. Almost bit the side of my tongue. I'm a fan of a few voice impersonators on YouTube. One is Brian Hull, Brock Baker, Brody Voices, and then there's you, whom I'm lucky I got to find as someone who does good anime voice impressions. Well, thank you, Sonic. Thank you. I consider myself a bit of a voice actor myself, and I've been part of some projects here and there, so I appreciate that. It's one of my favorite things to do on this channel. It really is. But Chapter 134, The Island Secret. I need to keep it going here, because I really want to play Hyrule Warriors after I go get it. Hey, welcome. And it's a hefty dude that looks like he has a badge of himself on his shirt.
We want to sell 4 Gargators.
Sure. That'll be 120,000. That's 120,000 Jenny. Keep your money safe by depositing in a shop account.
No thanks. You can only withdraw the money from the same shop. Does he have to ask every time? You can't blame him. That's his programming.
Because remember, a lot of these people in this game are just NPCs.
Now all we have left are junk cards. But we have plenty of money. Let's buy food and water and head for Masadora. You're so gung-ho. I can't wait to use one of those spell cards. cast it, and zoom! It's so cool!
Okay. But we'll need more than food and water.
Huh?
We gotta get a map of the island.
And then they go to what looks to be like a card thrift shop, and there are map cards in there. And they literally say map. There's two variations. One is card 100, valued at 20,000 Jenny, a magic map with only the outline of the island. The features get filled in as you visit places or obtain information. And another one is 65,000. That's 650,000. 650,000 for the next variation of that map, card 101, a detailed map complete with place names, loaded with information on locale, products, and must-see attractions off the beaten path. This is what happens when you discover every single thing in a map.
Which one do you want? Ask as if I need to ask.
Number 100! That's all we can afford anyway. More fun to fill it in yourself.
Everything's an adventure with you.
Ittarashai! And then they get their card, and then they put it in the book. And then the book closes. Well, no. They get the card. No, sorry. They don't put it in their binder. It's literally, Killua just says, gain. And then the card goes from a card into an actual map. And now we get the map itself. And it shows the map of Greed Island. I'm trying to see if it looks like something. I think it looks like something.
This isn't much to go on.
Let's ask someone.
And then they go to the shopkeep. Macedora's location, that'll be 3,000 Jenny.
After all the business we got you, give us a discount.
That'll be 3,000 Jenny. Go over the mountains and head due north for 50 miles and you'll see a lake. Head northwest around the lake and you'll get to Macedora. 2 small towns along the way offered lodging.
You can make it in one day.
If you can get there alive. Bandits live in the mountains and strip travelers of everything they have, and monsters abound beyond the mountains. And the thing is, this doesn't bother Killua or Gon at all. Killua thinks,
ooh, bandits.
Gon thinks,
ooh, monsters.
Now it's starting to sound
like an RPG. I want to see those monsters. Let's go.
And the shopkeep is all looking like, what have I done? But he's just an NPC, so he doesn't have that. No problem. Besides, it makes it fun to read along with the manga while hearing the voices. That's one of the reasons why I read manga this way. So when you're reading the manga, my voice just gives it that extra dramatic tone, you know?
We're off!
And then both Gon and Killua leave, and then we have someone behind them.
Wait! Oh, you were in the plaza.
Oh, you were in the plaza.
And it's the little girl with the pigtails.
Yes, let me go with you.
Not happening. Sorry.
But why not?
You'll slow us down.
And then the girl gets bothered. The girl gets bothered by his words.
That stinking brat. He has no idea. I could toss him around with one hand if I wanted to. Fine. I won't stop messing with their heads until their friendship is irreparably.
And while she's thinking this with anger veins popping up along her neck, Gon and Killua have essentially ignored her and moved on.
Wait! I promise I won't get in the way! Hey, hold on, you little... please?
And then we cut back to a different section of the game, where Shalnar, Kortopi, and Shizuku are now in the game. Okay, we've got the facts we need. So what's the deal? Exhibit A. Exhibit 1. We tried 100 townspeople and they replied with a limited pattern of answers to atypical questions. This is characteristic of non-player characters in video games. Exhibit 2. Book. The card in my left hand is the real thing, and my right is the one Kortopi copied. Gain. And while he has a card of a rock, only the card that wasn't copied, only the original one, that's the only one that turned into the rock, but the one that Kortopi copied, that one still remains. Kortopi's card doesn't revert.
Probably because his ability is beyond the game's programming, or there's an anti-cheating system. Exhibit 3. Shizuku could vacuum up stuff bought from outside the game, or things like this rock. But she couldn't vacuum special items even if they were inanimate. It's also probably to prevent you from using Nen abilities to collect cards and items too easily.
And?
Taken together, these facts suggest another possibility. This game isn't virtual reality. It's taking someplace somewhere in real life.
So it's really not a video game, but the video game is used as a medium. The video game is used as a medium to basically teleport you someplace else. Oh, goodness.
This game isn't virtual reality. It's taking place somewhere in real life.
What do you mean?
All of it can be explained with Nen. The townspeople are dolls manipulated or conjured by the game master. Key items on the island are also conjured. Cortopi can't duplicate other Nen abilities, and Shizuku's vacuum can't suck up things that are made with Nen.
True. I can't copy the ability that turns cards into items.
That restriction enables me to spot traps made with Nen.
I became suspicious when Phaeton and Fink started playing the game. They disappeared, bodies and all. If the game really sucks players into a virtual reality, I would imagine the soul separates from the body and enters the console. The body would remain behind, and it seemed odd that merely performing Hatsu was the trigger to yank someone's soul out of his body. It's too simple for a potentially fatal trap. I figured the best you could expect with this requirement would be to teleport the player somewhere else. Therefore, the software has nothing to do with playing the game. Its only function is to teleport players who trigger it to this island. We're in the real world. This is such a massive stage. If this map is accurate, the island is as big as a Kotoritana.
I almost said that correctly.
Kotoritana. If this map is accurate, the island is as big as a Kotoritana Republic.
About the size of Hokkaido, which is, 89 square miles? Yeah, 89,000 square miles.
There has to be more than one game master.
Okay, and?
So what? Here's the Here's the crucial
So? What? Here's the crucial part. Remember what that player we forced to said we get for clearing the game?
I gotta read the sentence again. I keep fumbling it too much. I'm sorry.
Remember what that player we forced to tell us said we get for clearing the game?
What was it?
How can you forget these things?
We can take back 3 item cards from the specified slots and use them in real life. Yes, this means the items will work outside the island. If this game is taking place somewhere in the world, we don't need to waste our time clearing the whole game.
And Shalnark has a card. Torimon, a beast on the verge of extinction. It has a habit of stuffing things in its 4D pocket. You never know what kind of treasures it could have picked up.
We may be able to make off with not just 3, but the whole lot.
I see.
It's worth trying.
There are 100 items. We only know of a few so far. We should find out what kinds of useful and valuable items exist in this game ASAP. So our first priority is to get the spell card Eye of God or Analysis, and then find Finks and Phaeton.
And then, on a different section of the map from the rest of the Phantom Troop, we get Finks and Phaeton.
This one's the cheap map, too. But he had lots of spell cards. Collision, very useful. Though only one of us can use it at a time. Want to split up? Meet back at Masadora in a week? Okay. It's a race to see how many players we can kill.
Sure, but take their cards first.
And the very first person we see Finks and Phaeton kill is literally the very first person that Gon and Killua encounter that tried to take stuff from them. And he leaped away as soon as he zapped Killua with Peak? Was it Peak? No, Trace. As soon as he hit Killua with Trace, he got scared because Killua was wondering what he did to him. He's now been killed by Finks and Phaeton. And now the Phantom Troop is in this part of the world. No longer the game. They're in this part of the world, and they're saying, like, let's see how many players we can kill in this game before we get everything. And given how strong the Phantom Troop are, they don't care. They don't care as much about the game. They just want to kill people. This is bad. 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 But that's the end of the chapter. Onwards to the next one. We are almost there. Chapter 135, Tamasadora, Part 1.
Head north. Head due north to reach Masadora. Keep an eye out for bandits along the way. If we head due north, we can't miss them. That's right. You're learning to decipher game speak. But what do we do with her?
And they look behind them because the girl that was with them is still following them. Keeping up. Oddly enough. They don't understand. They don't understand.
Ignore. When the bandits come out, we'll lose her. Isn't that a bit mean? Hey, she knows Nen too. She'll be able to escape if it gets rough.
And then time passes and they're still moving through the forest. And the girl is keeping up with them.
She's keeping up with us. Yeah, and we're going pretty fast. Their stamina isn't bad. For kids, anyway.
And then all three of them notice something, and it's the bandits in the woods.
An encounter!
And they all try to jump Killua and Gon. No, they jump towards Killua and Gon, and the very next thing out of their mouths is, "Help us! We beg you!" And they are bowing before Killua and Gon. And then they all get led to a series of houses within the woods. And it shows a child that looks like they're sick. "It's a disease endemic to this island. The fever starts low and progressively gets worse until it's fatal. It runs its course in a month. The only way to treat it is to suppress the fever. Each dose of the medicine lasts for 1 week. Then the fever returns. The pills are very expensive, and we've run out of funds. Everyone's gotten sick, and we can't keep going. We can't keep working."
Is it contagious? In the game, anyway.
But here's the thing, though. Gon and Killua don't realize that they are not actually in a video game. This is real life. They're actually in a different part of the world where everyone, oddly enough, everyone here is basically a puppet controlled by someone's massively powerful Nen to facilitate an entire nation's worth of people. That's crazy to me. That is so cool.
Is it contagious? In the game, anyway.
"This boy will die in a couple of days, please."
If you can spare any money, we desperately need help. This is game speak, right? Give them money and they'll offer items or information. How much do you need?
"We've gathered all our funds, but we are 80,000 jenny short."
That's pretty much all we have. I bet it's programmed that way. Why is she still here?
And the girl is still sitting with Killua and Gon.
I could pay for some. Uh-huh, yeah. Could you keep quiet?
And the girl is getting upset, going,
I'll kill him. We can give you that money.
"Really? Oh, thank you. How could we ever repay you?"
Here.
Let me zoom in here because there's some very small text. Let's see. Cooling the armpits works better to reduce a fever.
Here. Cooling the armpits works better to reduce a fever.
Is that true? "Thank you. Now he'll be saved." "What is it, son?"
Dad, I'm so cold.
"Hey, Gon. These kind travelers gave us money. We'll get you the pills tomorrow."
I'm so cold.
"Oh no, at this rate he could die tonight. If only we had better clothes." This is where I would have up and left. This is where I would have up and left. If only we had money. I give you everything that I have. If only we have clothes. I ain't going shirtless.
If my clothes fit him.
Oh, will you? You are saints, angels. No words could express our gratitude.
It's no big deal. Give him an item.
And then they're just sitting there, and Gon doesn't give them an item, but literally gives them Killua's shirt, literally off his back.
We get nothing in return! Darn it. They really did strip us bare.
These really are kids.
Now we're broke. Well, there'll be monsters beyond the mountain. Convert monsters into cards and sell them in trade shops, and we'll have enough money to spare. This is where the real battles begin. Show me what you can do. Ditto. I can't wait to see how you've been training.
And they just get to the end of the forest.
Oh, we're out of the forest.
And it's just a gigantic, massive canyon.
It's the Badlands. Be careful. Monsters aren't the only danger. Let's go. Yeah!
And as soon as they say this, giant cyclopses just come out from behind the mountains, towering over Gon and Killua. And they scream as the cyclops try to attack and kill them. And while they're dodging all over the place, Killua goes,
Is this really an intro level monster? 1, 2, 3, so many!
and then another cyclops tries to hit him again, but then Gon builds up Nen in his fists and then punches one of these cyclops, but the cyclops looks like it's not even bothered by it and tries to swing at Gon again, of which Gon dodges.
Whoa! What a brutal swing! A direct hit could be fatal! Gon's punch had no effect. We can't afford to waste energy. Gotta stop them with a single blow. Gon, aim for the eye!
And while one tries to smash Killua jumps up his arm while he's all like, toot, 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 toot. Killua jumps up his arm and proceeds to kick him directly into the eye. And that one hit causes this Cyclops to basically be turned into a card instantly. Let's see, one of my friends was trying to find where she could watch the classic HSH, which Berkeley the Man that was on Crunchyroll. Really reading the manga was the best way to go for me. Yeah, it's kind of a shame how old anime doesn't get kept on sites that try to put out new anime. Because you would think if you want people to go to that site all the time, you would have everything, right? Instead of getting rid of them and then expecting people to find other means to look at it, but then get mad and upset when people try to find it and try to shut these sites. I'm so glad I didn't finish that sentence. Shut the sites down, as if to say that they're the best option, but they don't hold the old shows. Hold the old shows. It's just, yeah, the manga really does that. At least with the manga, you don't need to worry about them getting rid of it because they're like, well, we want to move away from manga. No, manga will always be here. But the card gets, the Cyclops gets converted into a card. 572, Giant Cyclops. The largest of the giants, they act in groups and attack anything that wanders into their territory. They are not very intelligent and are incapacitated when hit in the eye. And then Killua takes the card, book, and he puts it into his book while he's dodging all of these different Cyclopses, and he just keeps hitting all these Cyclopses in the eye.
Bingo! Their eye is their weakness. And they attack in only 2 patterns.
And the girl is just watching them.
They're not very efficient, but not bad. Huh. I'll bark, no bite. A lot of them reverted. The monsters have habits and weaknesses. As long as we stay calm and think, we'll be able to find out the solution. I was worried after those bandits, but... Geen wouldn't make a game that unreasonable. Yeah. Okay, on to Masadora! Yeah!
And as soon as they round the corner, this very, even bigger than the Cyclopses, Salamander just comes up out of nowhere. And both Gon and Killua are all like, as it starts to attack them. And that's the end of chapter 135. Onwards to 136. We're almost done, actually. Hold on, wait a minute. I started on 128, yes? Yeah, I started on 128. We have 120, I started on 128. We still have 137, 138, and 139. We're almost done. Yeah, my playthrough for Hyrule Warriors will definitely be a little bit later today. I thought it was going to be at like maybe 1, but maybe 2 sounds about right up my alley for me to start that. So yeah, chapter 136, To Masadora, part 2.
Is he gone?
Yeah.
How are we supposed to fight that? He's built like a tank! Aren't they supposed to have weaknesses?
Maybe the Giants had one because they were rank G. I bet that lizard was rank A anyway. We keep hustling and attack when it looks like we have a chance.
And run away when it does get dicey, when it gets dicey.
And it shows the girl, she has that card. She has the card after beating the monster. And it's called a melanin lizard. A lizard large enough to swallow a cow whole. It has one mole on its back so sensitive that it will pass out when pressed. Numerous other spots camouflage the mole. And the girl is holding the card going,
Wrong. It was rank E. If they were more careful in their observations, they would have noticed the lizard surreptitiously. Surreptitiously? I'm learning new words from Hunter x Hunter. I don't know if I like it or not. Making me want to say very sophisticated and fancy words. Well, then again, I do want to keep up with Inanis from time to time. If they were more careful in their observations, they would have noticed the lizard surreptitiously protecting a specific spot. They're still young. And then Gon and Killua see something, and it looks like this small little creature that is just one big puffball.
Look!
And then all of a sudden, it moves faster than Gon and Killua can react to, and winds up hitting Gon directly in his forehead, just like, boom, and then just bouncing off his head.
Gon!
Gon gets back up and goes,
That didn't hurt at all! This guy's weak!
But
it's incredibly fast because it's ricocheting throughout the tight corridors of this canyon with such speed that they really can't see. They only see where it impacts and bounce. They just see it whizzing past them repeatedly.
It's fast!
And they both try to look in the direction of where it's moving, but they can't catch it.
I can't react fast enough!
And then it hits Gon in the chin again.
Yeah, we gotta catch it!
And then the girl is watching going,
Aim where it's going and not where it is. Observe carefully and you'll start to see a pattern in its seemingly random trajectory. Your eyes are sharp, so why don't you use them?
hey, he's getting away. Get back here.
We were so close, too!
It's your fault for not being able to catch him for 10 minutes. At least we'll get there faster with ones like that.
Yeah.
Oh, please. What if you come across one that's fast and powerful?
and then Gon and Killua walk up to what appears to be a horse, but it has like a cannon for a face, and it starts shooting out bubbles.
Bubbles?
And then it starts using its tail to sweep the bubbles across the area where they are towards Killua and Gon. And then one bubble lands near Gon's shoulder, and it pops with extreme force, which causes a domino effect to cause all of these bubbles to explode with extreme force.
Whoa! It's gone.
And then Killua presses one of the bubbles and makes it explode on purpose.
It's loud, but it doesn't hurt.
The red ones don't pop.
And the girl's still watching them.
The white bubbles didn't pop when they hit rock, so they probably pop when they hit human aura. The red ones pop on things without aura,
or people in Zetsu mode. The horse stalls pursuers with this double strategy. A hunt isn't just about overpowering something. You'd have to keep track of all the bubbles, wind your way through, and when you can't avoid them, switch quickly between Zetsu and Ten. A little tricky for them yet. In any case...
And it shows Killua and Gon running into the melanin lizard again.
Oh! Not again!
And it just shows a small montage of Killua and Gon running from a Mongolian death worm, them encountering a creature that looks like it's the top half of its head is made out of a cardboard box with a singular eye, them getting chased by some insects, them kicking rocks that also move. And the girl is just getting agitated.
This is so frustrating! They're wasting their talents! They're rough gemstones that will shine with just a little polish. But if they come across a malicious player or monster at this point, it's game over!
Then they come across a suit of armor that is literally walking up with a buckler and a sword. It's a monster, but it's a suit of armor.
Oh, this one looks tough. Yeah, I can't stand it anymore. Yo! Don't take your eyes off it! I said yo! Can you do it or not?
Sure we can. We forgot.
Her tone suddenly changed.
And they see the line of Nen extending from the suit of armor.
See it now? That suit of armor is a puppet. It won't be affected by any attack.
And when Gon and Killua notice this, they ignore the attacks of this soldier, and they run past to where the source of the Nen is coming from.
Here's where it leads!
And Gon looks around the corner and sees that it's a small mouse-like creature using Nen to basically control a suit of armor. A mouse creature is controlling the suit of armor. And then it immediately gets turned into a card. It's a radio rat, apparently. Radio rat, card number 711. A manipulator that uses Nen to distract predators. It's very timid and passes out at the slightest surprise. As prolific breeders, they can be found all over the island. And as soon as it gets converted into a card, the suit of armor literally falls apart to pieces.
Got the card!
And then the girl jumps down in front of him.
So, you can use Gil. Why didn't you do it before I told you? I watched the whole time and you didn't use it once.
Well, you know.
Yeah. So you forgot.
And then she's holding up her finger. And both Gon and Killua are looking confused.
Don't just stand there, Gil!
And then they start using Gil.
Who is she anyway?
And she's holding up her finger, but they see that she's using Nen to create the number 1, so that only people with Gyo can actually see.
What do you see? The number 1. Very good. You will use Gil whenever I point my finger up, then shout out what you see. You'll also use it whenever something seems suspicious. Got it? It won't become second nature without constant practice. It should be as natural and smooth as your eyes changing focus.
And while she's saying this, both Gon and Killua are looking at her confused. Kinda.
True. I'll coach you from now on, and for free, but I definitely won't go easy on you.
Huh?
Are you crazy? What do you think you're? The number 5. Yes, you 200 push-ups.
What?
The slower one gets penalized. Go on. Come on, hurry up.
What?
In your dreams, you. In your dreams. Oh, Killua! Oh no!
And then it looks like Killua wants to fight the girl, and then it shows some dude watching the commotion happen, and he's spinning a pair of scissors in his fingers. 3 kids, I'll tear them to pieces with my scissors hands. That dude is so weird. He reminds me of Freaky Fred from For Cursed Curly Dog. Hello, friend. My name is Fred. Yes, I said my name is Fred. Oh, wait. Hello, friend. My name is Fred. Some people called me not right in the head. Again, I say my name is Fred, and I have been very naughty. But that's the end of chapter 136. Onwards to 137. We are almost done with this reading. Chapter 137, Tamasadora, Part 3.
57 years old? You're ancient! I learned Nen 40 years ago. I'm your superior in many ways.
Now, as soon as Killua said that this girl was ancient, she sent him flying with one punch.
I'm saying I'll teach you, so be grateful. What about what we want? Got a problem? Well, yeah! Who are you, anyway? Oh, I haven't introduced myself. I'm Biscuit Kruger, a pro hunter.
Biscuit Kruger! Chapter 137, Tamasadora, Part 3.
I don't want to be formal. You can call me Biscuit. But as my students, you will do as I say. We're not your students! We're not so desperate that we need to be taught by some stranger. You tell her, Gon! Yeah, we have Wing. Oh, right! See, we have a teacher already. We don't want anyone else to teach us.
And mind you, he's lying.
Wing? You mean fledgling Wing? Glasses, tousled hair, never remembers to tuck his shirt in. You know him? Know him? He was one of my students. That's awesome!
I gotta work on this voice for Gon because I feel it pulling just by me doing Biscuit's voice.
That's awesome! He's teaching already. How time flies. He was a slow learner, but he's better suited to teaching. So you must be pro hunters too. Oh, just me. The secret test, right? Yeah. I had fun being an examiner myself. So for you, I'm your teacher's master. I don't see how it could be a problem. I guess you're qualified. If you're telling the truth. Stubborn, aren't you? I like kids like that. But... book.
And she opens the book, and she uses the card Hyper Puffball, and shows them the very animal that they couldn't catch at all. Card 673, Hyper Puffball, a ball-shaped animal that moves very fast. Only as hard as a rubber ball, but a few smacks in the face are sure to put you in a bad mood.
That was... You say you're not desperate? Look again. This card is ranked D. It's not even a specified slot card. The problem isn't that you couldn't get it, it's that there are plenty of people here who can. They're clearly better at combat than you. And what if they wanted to hurt you? You'd end up dead pretty quick. Do you still think you're in such good shape?
And that's when Biscuit senses the naughty Fred with the scissors. And mind you, they are hair-cutting scissors. Hey, right, kids. I'll tear them to shreds with my scissor hands, barber slasher.
Sit down. Get closer. Open your binders and pretend to chat. There's an enemy behind me.
And then Killer was all like, huh? You can sense them?
Don't try to sense him. He'll see you tense up. Keep talking.
And both of them had no idea that anyone was near them other than Biscuit.
Say, how did you know? Bloodlust. He wants to kill us. He let it slip because we look like kids. That means he's very experienced. If he let down his guard, isn't he weak? There are many kids with Nen, but very few skilled with combat abilities. Very few kids skilled with combat abilities.
I slurred that so much. Please forgive me.
There are many kids with Nen, but very few skilled with combat abilities. Anyone with experience knows that. This experience let him feel he can let down his guard. Even then, he thought better of it, and instantly stifled his bloodlust. All these things, signs of his presence, let me know he's good. Good enough that we never even notice. What should we do? He's smart. He adjusts quickly. What do you think? We should stick together.
I think so too.
Why? He tensed up again because there are 3 of us. So he'll think twice if we stick together.
I can't do
this Escalon voice the whole time.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
So he'll think twice if we stick together. That's a pretty standard answer. But we'll split up anyway. If I go off by myself, he'll definitely come after me. You head north. I'll go south. Keep walking for about 500 meters. When you reach that pillar, then turn your aura off. Come back quickly.
Okay, so we'll tail him tailing you.
And then Biscuit slaps Killua in the face just like instantly. Pap!
Fine, if you insist. I've had it. Bye! Huh?
That hag.
Yeah, good riddance. See ya. Moron!
Come on, Gon.
Oh, right. It was an act. She's amazing.
What? She's amazing.
What?
I was on guard, ready for the faintest hint of danger, but I couldn't tell what she did until my cheek was stinging.
Instantly, he realizes there's someone that is capable of outpacing and completely navigating around even his own senses in that instance. Biscuit is on a whole nother level.
I was on guard, ready for the faintest hint of danger, but I couldn't tell what she did until my cheek was stinging.
So even when she swung and hit Killua, he couldn't even tell what was going on until after the fact. And this is Killua.
Okay, let's head back, and quick.
Yeah, 3 monsters slowed us down.
And then when they make their way back towards Biscuit, they see that she's there against the barber, and he apparently cut one of her pigtails.
I did it. I cut your hair, but by cutting hair with my favorite scissors and eating it.
No. Why are you eating hair? No. Why are you eating hair for? No. Oh, I hope she royally messed you up.
I did it. I cut your hair by cutting hair with my favorite scissors and eating it.
And then Biscuit is just looking there, just looking at him like Professor McGonagall, like Maggie Smith with her glasses on and her hat on. She just looking at him like that.
I can find out information not even you know about yourself. Flesh consistency, illnesses, genetic potential, strength. Then I will exploit your quirks and... 57 years old. But what's more surprising is her flesh is like forged steel. I can tell years of training have taken her far beyond her physical limits.
And the dude is getting nervous. He's getting nervous. And then he puts his scissors, he takes off his entire belt of scissors and cutting stuff. And he's all like,
If I may, I would like to spar with you as a martial artist.
Huh. So you're not just a cannibal. All right.
whatever he sensed out of Biscuit, he was all like, I need to fight this person. Earnestly and honestly. Just as a martial artist. And then
All right.
he goes in for the attack and goes, Shaw! And tries a palm strike her in the face, but Biscuit dodges it, grabs his arm, flips him in the air, and then spins him. Flips him in the air and then spins him. And while he's spinning in the air, I was trying to make sense of this scene. While he's still spinning in the air after being flipped, she spins around and then palm strikes directly into his back, causing him to spit up pretty much, if that's blood, then he's dead. But I don't think it is. I think it's all the hair that he had consumed and just kind of just spit up, and he's just laying there twitching.
You were lucky. I would have killed you if this had been a battle of Nen.
And that is the end of chapter 137. Onwards to chapter 138. We're almost there, ladies and gentlemen. Chapter 1. Yeah, it's blood. It is definitely blood. She didn't kill him, but this dude is folded completely. It's one thing to get hit in the stomach. It's another thing to get hit in the back with enough force where you spit things up. Because the stomach's right here. It's literally within your rib cage. It's not at the bottom of your belly. It's not at the bottom. That's where your intestines are. But your stomach's is up here. Getting hit in there can cause some bad things to happen to your insides. But getting hit in the back, though, we are not jointly aligned to make sure that we can protect our back at all times. We're not. So getting hit in the back, can you imagine the pain to the point where you just expel blood, but you don't die? You're going to remember that pain forever. Chapter 138, To Masadora? Question mark?
Now then, did you see what happened? Coming out, guys!
And then both Golden and Killua are just looking at each other, just giving each other the eye, like Shrek and Donkey, like.
It was a blur until he was upside down in the air. Same for me. He's not weak in the least, and she's even stronger by an order of magnitude. Well, okay. If he were a game character, we'd be able to convert him into a card. I'd say he'd be rank D in that case.
And she's able to gauge just how strong a person is just from their strength alone. Something that Gon and Killua can't do.
He would have killed you if you've been by yourselves. This is the second time I know of that you barely missed death. How long will your luck last?
Because she recognizes that the dude that had his entire torso blown up, that was the first instance of them encountering death.
How long will your luck last? Miss Kruger? Just call me Biscuit. Or you can call me Bisky. Hag is enough.
And Biscuit proceeds to send Killua airborne!
Why did you come to Greed Island? Me? To get the reward, of course. But I'm also here for a jewel. Jewel? I heard there's a jewel that only exists in here. Specified slot number 81. Blue Planet.
Actually, technically, that's the name of the world of One Piece, so you want to claim the world of One Piece? She wants to claim the One Piece.
You guys? To clear the game too. But actually, my dad and his friends created this game. Oh? I'm looking for my dad and I was hoping to find clues. Have you ever heard of Geen Freaks? Geen? Of course I have. He's famous. Wow, he's your dad? I'm afraid I don't know anything that might help. But Netero, the chairman, used to say he's among the top 5 Nen users in the world.
Among the top 5 Nen users in the world. The world. The world.
If you don't mind postponing gem collecting, will you teach us Nen? I said I would already. But I'm no softy like Wing. Are you ready for me? Yeah! And you? I can handle it. Okay, let's get started.
And then the creepy person with the scissors manages to finally get on his feet.
Get up. Give me all your cards.
And this is Biscuit speaking to him. And he just starts to get his cards out. And Biscuit goes,
I'll give you a second chance. Evade the kid's attacks for 2 weeks.
He's being used as a personal training dummy by... You know you strong when you look at someone else who is capable in their own right if they want to be, and you say, you're going to be the punching bag for these kids. You don't have a say. How strong is Biscuit?
Evade the kids' attacks for 2 weeks. If you do, I'll let you go. If you get hit and collapse, or can't stand any more, I'll kill you.
And this catches Gone's attention.
So, I'll just fend them off?
Yes.
You don't care what I do to them, as long as I don't get hit?
That's right, but there's one rule. Stay in this space surrounded by a rock wall. You also fail if you escape, and I'll kill you. What about us? You guys can't leave either. If you leave or fail to defeat him within 2 weeks, I'll give you some kind of punishment. You're Benault, aren't you?
Yes.
His name is Benault. Benault the Beaten. That is now his new title.
Benault the Bounty Hunter. He's also a bounty himself. He loves human flesh, especially 20-year-old women, right?
22.
He's a cannibal. He's a cannibal. He's a cannibal that likes to eat. He likes to eat the people made from meat. He likes to eat people meat. Oh, he's a Hannibal Lecter. I'm sorry. I'm being silly. I need to focus. But this man corrected her and says like 22 women I've eaten.
Begin!
And it shows Benault versus Gon and Killua. And he's just sitting there. And he just starts closing his eyes and focusing.
What are you waiting for? He's trying to heal his wounds. Are you going to let him?
And then Killua looks at him. Because he has his back turned. And he tries to rush him. Benault notices. And goes in for the scissors to almost hit Killua. And he dodges away. But Killua falls. And he's just standing there, wondering what just happened as Killua's own heart is beating hard. And he notices that he suddenly has a cut underneath his eye that wasn't there before.
If his wounds weren't slowing him down, I would have lost an eye.
And Benault is coughing, and Gon sees this as a moment of weakness and tries to rush him as well. Of course, Benault notices and proceeds to cover his blind spot and keep Gon away. But Gon doesn't get hit from a glancing blow.
There's no opening. We can't get any closer. Should I?
And he's wondering if he should use his electric Nen ability that he was training before we got here.
I haven't tried it out on people yet. I don't know how effective it would be. I haven't recharged recently either, and I need time to build it up. The enemy won't wait. It's not usable in combat yet. Gon, we'll draw this out. You rest first. I'll keep pelting him while I keep watch. Let's take 6-hour shifts.
Fine with me. I'll recover if I take rest for like this for a week. I can go a week without sleeping. When my body heals, I'll dispose of him.
Rocks. Good idea.
And then Gon starts walking over to a side of the rock wall, and then he just faces the rock. And then he starts charging up Nen in one hand. And then punches the rock, causing that entire big boulder to shatter into smaller pieces. Then he grabs a big piece with Bisky going, huh? And then he launches towards Benault with the rock as a shield.
He's using the rock as a shield.
And he jumps out of the way.
Aha! Those scissors can't cut a rock that size.
You brat.
Right answer. You weren't going to win an endurance test.
And that's the end of chapter 138. Onwards to chapter 139. Gotta head out? Hey, it's all good, Sonic. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Thanks for the stream. I am happy to be of service. But that was the end of chapter 138. Onwards to the last chapter 139. And then I am done! Chapter 139. Are they really going to Masadora? And it shows Gon constantly using rocks as a shield, pretty much filling the arena with multiple rocks everywhere. And Bisky's just watching them. Then he throws a rock down over towards Banault, and Banault dodges out of the way. Then a smaller rock comes in, and he dodges away from it because Killua threw it. And Gon goes in to try and kick him, and Banault tries to take his scissors straight towards Gon's face, but not before Killua uses a rock to basically dissuade him and make him jump away. And while he's skidding away, Gon and Killua are holding up sizable rocks of their own, preparing to use them against Banault.
What kind of stamina do they have? We're constantly moving. I can't rest my body at all.
There's no mistake. They've begun to pressure Banault in less than a day, though he is weakened. Their movements haven't been bad since they realized it's life or death. By facing death, they were finally able to bring all their strengths into play. They didn't know how to consciously switch gears. Their skills still leave much to be desired, such as the use of their muscles, pacing, anticipating the enemy, and everything else. But they can learn. These two are gems in the rough. The resolve in his eyes, the bottomless potential. Variations in cut can affect its light performance in a myriad of ways. Truly a diamond.
Describing Gon.
A golden blue stone, deep cornflower blue. The most intense and desirable color is rare and valuable, and he is the very embodiment. Sometimes unstable, but apply a little heat and the color will become permanent. A true sapphire.
Describing Killua.
Why do things that shine with polish always make my heart go pitter-pat? I'll train them hard.
And she sighs as she's just like rubbing her fingers together. Like, I have new training playthings. But she does see the potential. And then we get Banault, who's looking, going,
What the?
and he's surrounded by rocks everywhere. Plenty of places for them to be able to get the jump on him.
Good idea. A thicket of rocks. It blocks the enemy's moves and they can hide themselves. Wow, they might finish this in 1 day. Never mind 2 weeks.
And then one of them throws a rock, and I believe it's either Gon or Killua. They throw a rock, and that gets Banault's attention.
A trap! Behind me!
And he goes to attack behind him, and Gon is standing right behind a rock to Banault's left side, and he's charging up rock again. And then he shatters the rock, causing even smaller rocks to to get thrown towards Banault, of which he has to cover his face. And he gets thrown on his back, and he's getting upset, but then he sees that Killua is right there in front of him, holding his scissor hand down, going,
Game over, dude.
Killua! No!
and then all of a sudden he jumps away before Killua can deal the final blow, and jumps away from him.
Why'd you stop me? We still have time.
And Killua is looking confused, and so is Banault.
Let's keep going until we can deal with him one-on-one.
Eh?
It's a shame to end this so soon. We're in top form right now. They're at max performance, but they can't consciously shift gears yet.
Fools, that was your last chance. Now it's my turn to attack. I'll make you into mincemeat.
Okay, well let's continue tomorrow. You should get some rest. You're getting slower.
True. If it takes 2 of us against an exhausted guy, we'll never be able to beat anybody.
And then both Gon and Killua go to sleep. They both go to sleep. And Banault sees this as a chance, where here's the thing. He is just leaning up against the wall, and he's watching the both of them. And then all he does is just lean forward. And both Gon and Killua wake up, and they look directly at him like, if you don't sit your behind down. And he's all like, ugh, and then lays back on the rock.
Your Zetsu isn't perfect. You can't slip under their honed radar. They'll be able to detect any footstep or rustle of clothing right now. Banault, your potential is far lower than theirs.
And we cut to a completely different location, and it shows a purse. It shows a purse or a wallet on the ground, and what it looks to be like a homeless kid looks over at these two couples walking away, and this kid picks it up.
I have to tell them.
Huh? My wallet's gone.
I thought you just had it. And then these people look at the kid, and he goes,
He dropped it.
and then this kid gets upset because both of these adults sneer and just look utterly disgusted that this kid, who turns out to be a young Benoit in his younger days, they're looking at him like he's nothing. And then Benoit wakes up in a cold sweat. Dude having nightmares. I can't even imagine what life is like for a child to be homeless on the streets. That the mere thought just tears me up. I can't even imagine. But we get back into the next day with him going,
Darn it. What made me think of that just now?
and it shows Benoit defending himself against Killua and Gon.
It's not that he's getting slower. We're getting faster. I can't believe the experience gained can be so different between assassination and a life or death battle.
And then it shows Benoit still trying to get a one-up on Killua and Gon.
I told you I didn't want to walk through the slums.
Hey, you're the one who said...
I told you I didn't want to walk through the slums.
Hey, you're the one who said it was a shortcut. And it shows that both this man and woman beat up on Benoit when he was a child and left him bloodied and battered and bruised in the streets.
I didn't want a reward or a word of thanks. I just wanted to live as a decent human being.
And then it cuts to Biscuit with 10 days later.
Ha!
And it shows Gon landing a solid hit on Benoit.
Enough. I don't have a chance. Just kill me.
Thanks, Benoit. We improved a lot with your help.
And he just bows before Benoit.
Os!
I'll turn myself in when I leave the island.
Hold on. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Family was just checking on me for something. But Gon goes,
Thanks, Benoit. We improved a lot with your help. Os!
and then he bows before Benoit.
I'll turn myself in when I leave the island. Will you let me off the hook?
You may go. Was this your plan all along? He's a murderer, you know.
Yeah, but he did us a favor.
You are a flawless specimen, and it makes a delicate balance.
And that is the end of chapter 139 and the end of volume 14, The Island Secret End. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now officially through 14 volumes of Hunter x Hunter, and I cannot wait to read more. So all I can say to everyone here is, first of all, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for tuning in. Don't worry, I'll cut out any parts that were either quiet or just like any quiet moments or that pause I had near the beginning. I'll cut that out completely. I got to do the same for the last Hunter x Hunter stream that I did. But I just want to say to everyone, thank you for tuning in. I greatly enjoyed reading this chapter of Hunter x Hunter. Now it's time for me to get my copy of Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment and then prepare to have that session with you guys later today. But that's all I have. It is an immense honor and privilege to be your entertainer. As we closely approach 6,000 subscribers, all I can say is thank you for all the support. Hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. Also, consider checking out my Patreon, because I'm always looking forward to entertaining you, and because I know you're coming back anyway. Have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples!